Yeah. Hello, and welcome back to the grind. It's me and the 924 again. So this time, I was working on the front suspension, and did I work? Was it working on the brakes? Or did I get the brakes last time? I think I got the brakes last time, but I got them bled this time. I did the bleeding. It was bleeding time, and I got the belts put back on to here, and then I did a whole bunch of work on the alignment. Found out that it wasn't going to be working out very favorably, so I've ordered the new lower control arms for down below here. Then I spent a whole day. By the horn wasn't working. I think that was last time around, and then I got it to work. Yay! But then that same connecting box, a little white thing on the back, connector number A on the back of the fuse box, I think it has some corrosion in it over the 40 years. And so it also has controllers in it for all the headlights and stuff like that. So by the time I got the headlights going, the horn wouldn't work. And so I did a bypass on the little switch for the horn to take out 3 connectors inside the fuse box down to 1 connector outside the fuse box. And that seems to be, everything is working now. Horn, lights, and everything. So that's about it for this one. I'll hope you enjoy it, and make sure you like and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next time round. Bye for now. Yeah, here I am, sitting down even, taking it easy. And back on, welcome back to the grind. And I'm back on the Porsche 924. Looking pretty good. Now, this week or this time here, right now, brakes, front brakes. I've got caliper rebuild kits, and I've got new hoses, and I even have new discs, I hope. We hope these fit. I tried this once before and got the wrong ones. But there's the caliper kits. There's the hoses. So now I'll just get the wheels off, and well, I'll start on this one here because this is a sticky one anyhow. Yeah, there's the brake caliper off. And those shoes, they don't look that bad, but they aren't even. You can tell by the wear pattern here. Or what it's like on that side, can you see? Anyway, so now that's dripping away on my new paint, so that'll be just, make a mess. Make a mess there. And then it's dripping away over there. See if we can get all the drips to land. Get all the drips to land inside the bucket there. Anyway, so I do have a new hose, and I've got a kit for this caliper, and I'll just hone it out. So I'll take this apart. Now you saw me taking these apart before, so you want to see again or what? Who knows? There it is there, right? And now I'll just start disassembling it, disassembling it, taking it apart, right? So these little clippy things in here, and there, just give them a little tap with your hammer. Then I hit a punch, out and ready, hey? And they'll just come out of there. That springy thing on the top here, once you get one side out, then it'll flip free. This thing here. That'll come out. And those pins there, they're the original ones. I just cleaned them up last time I was in here. And I've got dielectric grease on the back of these things. Now, I'll check and see if I have the right ones. Yeah, look at that, they're the right ones. Yay! They've got a little, like a little hooky thing in them here, but that must be for a later model, something or other, but they seem to be the right size. So that's good. I'm happy with that. So anybody that needs a set for the 5 stud wheels, which is a bigger set, let me know because I have a set here. Now this thing here, there's this clippy thing that comes around here. Just need a screwdriver to undo that, I think, and then that pulls apart. Likely an easier way to do this, but I don't know it. It might just be a slide-on thing there. I'm not. Oh yeah, it just slides on. That and that. No fuss, no muss. Then that's the hanger. Now these are a couple of fiber spacers on there that spring rides on, so you don't want to wreck them. Now this should just come apart. Well, famous last words. I'll see if I can get the caliper out of there without breaking anything. First I'll try with a set of pliers and then I'll put the air to it. I think the air is going to it. I put this here just to keep it from going crazy and far. Oh, the things we do for YouTube. That camera is definitely in the way. Oh well. I'll get over it. I think I'm over it. That's got it broke. That's about as far as it goes. Make a mess with brake fluid, right? Smart fellow would go and pour this brake fluid out. The not smart fellow already got it out of there. Okay, now this. That should just pop on out of there now. Let's see if I can get this rubber off. There, I just pulled the snap ring back, eh? Then the rubber will come off. I might need another pop of air on that thing. Where my gun is, there it is. Oh, how come that didn't pop out of there? All right, I'll just work at getting this out of here, the piston out of there, and then we'll carry on from there. I'd have to put it back in to get it back out. Okay, I'll dick with it and I'll show you how it'll get done. Can you see in there? Got a bunch of debris in there. Just rusty stuff. Must have got some water in it somewhere. And this thing, so I just put more air to it and it popped out. So inside here there's a rubber seal right there. You pull that out. I'll get my pulley things. That's that clippy thing right there for the rubber. I just left it on there. Hang on, I'll get my one of these things here. Now, all these things I used to not have, and then as time went on, I get more and more of them. But there's the rubber out of it, and actually that looks not bad. So I'll clean up this. I'll just clean that edge there on the wire wheel. The cylinder itself looks pretty good. I'll take the like the cylinder itself looks, but here this edge has got a little bit of that debris on it. Then I'll run the I've got a cylinder hone for that, so I'll show you that when I get there. Yeah, so here I've got the brake hone thing in there. I'll give that a wipe out and see how it looks. Yeah, sorry, I was over there. Looks pretty good in there. I don't know, can you see in there? Looks pretty good. I'll be happy with that. Now I'll take a Q-tip and just get the where the rubber seal goes and clean up anything else in there. So I'll show you a bit of that and then I'll turn you off. Q-tip. This big metal thing's right in the way all the time, eh? Now I did run it through the whatever you call that thing over there, the vibrating cleaner, and that picked up most of the yucco out of it. That and the cylinder too. Then I cleaned off the cylinder on the wire wheel, just lightly on the wire wheel, and cleaned off the anywhere where there was, you know, there was some wear on it. Usually the I think that's pretty good. So okay, so I'm going to clean it up a bit more in there and then I'll start putting it back together. I'll be spraying some brake cleaner in there. Yeah, so here's the rubber seal. Now I put some of this inside there. That's that brake grease, you know, that stuff. It doesn't make rubber swell, so it's okay to put in here. Then you just put that seal in there. There's the old one there, right? Then it's usually easiest just to put this on here first. Put the rubber on here, than trying to do it later. And it snaps right into that ring there. Then this thing here will go up over that when I get there. But I'll put a bit of this stuff on the cylinder. Just a very light coat of it, like just a tiny bit of it. Then this thing here should fit in here somehow. And I'm going to pretend that I know what I'm doing here. There's a couple of notches on that thing there, but on the whatever you call that. Now we'll see about getting this snap ring onto it. I don't know. I don't know if I can do that without poking another hole in it. That seems to have it. I'll be. We're good. Okay, well now that's that put together. Now pull it in the rest of the way. There, that's all the way in. We hope that's right. Right-ish. Now a matter of putting it back together. The other thing. Cool. Now this part here goes like down here. Like that. Oh, backward as always. It goes like that. This bit here, you sort of lift and hold your tongue right. There. That's got it. There we are. So that spring creates tension here and holds it all together. I'll put that cap on there. That goes there. Now, I'll turn this around the other way. So these things get this grease on the back of them here. Now there's a spot where this locks in on that side. And that goes in. That's that. Then you take your punch and just punch them in there. Done. Yeah, and it fits into that little locking spot right down there. So that's correct. Now, as long as it fits over the disc, we'll be happy. It doesn't look like it's going to fit over the disc. Looks like the pads are too big. I guess we'll just see what happens. Yeah, all that worry for nothing. And they do. It fits over the pad, like it fits over. No problem. So now, oh, jeez, I'm terrible at stuff. That's a good idea, Lauren. Yep, wreck it right away. Oh well, didn't hurt anything badly. Give me a minute, I'll get this set up again. Gotta clean it off. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What a mess I am. Okay. Yeah, there it's on, and it was. I've got it torqued down 60 foot-pounds on these bolts there, and now I'll put the hose on. Yeah, so there, that's now the former hose had a rubber thing that went in there, but I don't have that. This one doesn't come with one, so it's just gonna hang free. And the wheel turns. It'll take a little bit for that to wear in, but that'll be all right. Now, I've loosened off this thing here, so I have to reset the camber this way. Reset the camber on it for because I got new bolts to go through, but they aren't the right ones. So there you go. Okay, now I'll go to the other side. I'll do the same thing over there, and then I'll show you when I get to setting the caster on it, or the camber, or whatever it is. Camber, this way. The angle out. Yeah, there we go. That's, this side here is on, and this side here is on. And they both turn, and so it's all right with me. This one went on really easily. I guess maybe I learned a bit on the way through. So everything is back together the way it should be. Again, this one, it didn't get the little tie down strap in there. It goes around that way. So I'm gonna leave it like that. And that's good. Anyway, now next is, I have to set the camber on these, but I also picked up some exhaust hangers. These, see if I can make these work somehow to hang the exhaust up. And what else? That's about all. Oh yeah, I was fighting with the fan belts, because this you have to, like, that's still too close there, but I haven't got it tightened down yet. I'll just see what happens when I tighten it down. The you have to just take that pulley apart to get that fan belt on there. I wonder if I got some. That's all right. Turn over. But that fan belt's just about as tight as it gets right there, and it's touching on this hose, so I guess I got to drop the hose a little bit more. That could make a mess, right? I wonder how much more it can go. It can go down quite a bit. No point having it touching that. But I might be able to tighten it a little bit more first. I'll just see how if I tighten it up a bit. Yeah, there, that belt's tight and on, and there's clearance there, but not a, only a baby fingers clearance, but I guess that's all you really need. I'll keep an eye on that. Then what else? The air pump belt I also have on to it up there, but I wasn't able to apply any tension to that to get it up into the adjustment stage. So I have to wait till that belt stretches out a bit, and then I'll tighten it up. So all the brakes are done. Well, yeah, now it's bleeding time again, right? So I'll bleed them, and then we'll go from there. So that's all for today, anyhow, and I'll see you again maybe tomorrow, hey? Yeah, hi, back again, and it's more 924. You just love 924s. I do. Pretty car. Now, yesterday before I left, I kind of did some pounding on this and sort of straightened it out. Mostly, it's got to have a little bit more pounding on it. Not the easiest place to get to, so I got tired of pounding. Anyhow, I'll see what I can do about getting that flattened out a bit better, and then a little bit of body putty will finish it. And then also I've got these belts on here in tight, very tight. That one there, that's the air pump belt, but I didn't even put a bolt in there to hold it, because it's already tight with just the way the belt fits. Anyway, I'll see about running the motor for a while, and then I'll tighten them down and check it out, because that's the belt that it calls for, and it's just a real tight fit on there. Anyway, that's life. We'll just see what happens. Next is setting the camber on these, and then I'll bleed the brakes. How about that? Okay. Yeah, so here now, the book says 1978 on, minus 20 plus or minus 15 degrees. So that's 0.333 to 0.580 of a degree. And now the maximum difference between the left and right is 0.8. So the other side, the closest I can get is 0.5 of a degrees. So it's at the high, it's just about to the limit of what it's allowed, but it's within the limit. And this one here, we'll have to set it this side. That's the other side over there, the driver's side, and this is the passenger side, which has that side of the car had some damage, and it makes it more difficult to get things adjusted. Now I could loosen the top of the whole thing there and likely push it back and forth a bit to make some difference there, but I'm not going to. This one here, I can get this adjusted. I've got this little degree thing here. It seems to be pretty good. I zero it on here, and you put it on one side, it says 0. To put it over on the other side, if it still says 0, then it's straight, right? Anyway, but so I'm pretty confident this is straight up and down anyhow. That's what can I say? That's as close as I can get anyhow. So now this one here, I'll get, like, it's at 1.8 now, but I'll just turn that bolt right in there. It's an off-centered bolt, so I turn that until I get this to come down to close to what the other side is. So if I make this side 0.5 and make the other side 0.5, then that would be within this 10 minutes, which is 0.8 degrees of difference, right? So I'll just try that out and see what happens. Yeah, so this one's set at 0.4 of a degree, and it's flashed to 0.5 of a degree. This one here is 0.5 of a degree, so they're within tolerance of each other, and they're within tolerance of the specifications over there. Then, so you have to, take all the weight off of this, or, not have any weight on the lift. It's all on the suspension there. I've got those, whatever you call these things, those stands sitting right underneath the ball joint, so it lifts all the way up. Now the next thing I'll check is, I'll check the camber, which is angle on the front that makes it turn towards, what am I trying to say? Makes it so when you let go of the wheel, it'll come back to 0, right? Yeah, so the caster angle, it says here, should be 2 degrees 45 minutes plus or minus 30 minutes. So it can be 2 degrees and 15 minutes is all right, and then there should be, the maximum distance should be just a half a degree between the two of them. So 2 degrees and 15 minutes is 2.2 or 2.1. So I think that's what is on this wheel over here. Yeah, this got 2.1 degrees. So that's pretty damn close. Now I'll see how the other wheel is. Now, I don't even know how to adjust this stuff, so I'll just find out here. Don't know where the adjustment is for it. And this thing here, I'll just put it on the wheel here. This one here. Oh yeah, knock the camera over. This one here says 2.0, but I haven't got that leveled yet. Hang on a minute here till I level that up. Yeah, this one says 2.1 also. So they're both the same. So that I'm, 2.0 now. So it's within tolerance of each other. It's just outside tolerance of what it's supposed to be. Now, how do I adjust that? I wonder. I'll read the book, see if I can figure out how to adjust that. Yeah, so I've got the actual workshop manual here, which I refer to sometimes when the Haynes guys confuse me, because they do confuse me sometimes. So here, I don't know, can you see this? There we are. Caster, 2 degrees, 30 minutes, so 2.5 degrees, plus half a degree or minus a quarter of a degree. So it should be 2 degrees and a half. And the way to adjust it is over here. On the back, adjust the caster by moving the rear suspension control arm from side to side. So that's back here. And you move that back and forth a bit. So to make it more caster, you'd pull it this way, and make it less castery, push it that way. So I guess I should adjust that. Didn't know that was an adjustable thing. Oops, am I pointing the right way? Yeah, I guess I should adjust that. I didn't know it was an adjustable thing. But I can do that. Then I'd have to, if you move that, then of course you got to readjust the alignment. But that's all right. I can do all that. That's stuff that's doable. So what I'll do is I've got right on here now, it's 1.9 degrees. Now I got to figure out where exactly I should be having this. I guess anywhere on this metal thing, right? That's 2.1 degrees there, as long as I've got it level. I don't know. Check it out. Not quite level. Hang on. 2.0 it says. So it's 2 degrees there, and it should come another half a degree by moving those things over there a bit. Okay, well, I'll endeavor to do that. Yeah, so I got the laser level out again, and I've determined the center of that right there, right? And then, can you see that line? There's faintly the line right there. So from the center to that line is 29 millimeters. Then this is on right here. There's the line. So the center to that line is 29 millimeters. Then the measurement from there, from the center of this to the top of this is, oh, I forget now, but 500 and some odd millimeters. So I took the 29 millimeters divided by 500, and it comes out to then the arc tangent, which is antitangent or whatever you call that, I don't know. But grade 8 trigonometry, right? Fine, I'm getting the calculator back on here. Yeah, so 3.19 degrees is what it came out to. The measurement up there, it should be 2.5 degrees plus or minus, plus 30 seconds, which is a half a degree, or minus 15 seconds, which is a quarter degree. So it should be 2.5 degrees, give or take a bit. And I've got a bit more than give or take a bit on that. So I'll see if I can adjust that so that it comes to the right amount. So I'll figure out how many millimeters I need across to get the right distance. Okay? So now I've figured it out. I did the math here. 513 millimeters, and take the tangent of that. Take the tangent of 2.5 degrees, and you get 23 millimeters. So somewhere between 23 and that 29 is too much. 23 and 28, maybe 23 and 25 or something like that. I'll see if I can get it around the 23 mark there. See what happens. Yeah, now to get it properly done, the wheels should be on the ground for this measurement, because that way you get the proper alignment of the car with the weight of the car down on the ground, back wheels and front wheels. So got to put the wheels on, and then I'll start measuring again. Yeah, there now. Can you see all this? There's the laser level thing, right? So I've got red light going right across the top of this in the center, and it's also hitting this thing here in the center. Oops, we're right there, which is the top of this thing here. It's all shadowed there, so it's got to be right in the center. So that might be just a tiny bit. I got to come this way a tiny bit. Hang on. Yeah, there now. I loosened these two bolts. This is the lower control arm. I loosened these two bolts here and pushed that whole mechanism over and then tighten them up again. These will still have to be torqued to the proper amount now. I don't know that there's much adjustment left in that, but we'll just see. Yeah, there you go. I got 20.7 millimeters there. And that's right on the bottom of that. And then it's lined up across the car because I've got it on that one over there also. And that's from the center of the wheel, which is right about there, out to here, which is 20 millimeters. And that makes, well, 20.7 millimeters. I was shooting for 20, I got 20.7, so let's just see what angle I got there now. Yeah, here you can see the major ciphering, Jethro Bodine on point here. Now, so I got 460 millimeters, right? So you go, and I've got 20.7, 20.7 millimeters, right? Enter. And then I got 460, that's the length of the up bit, divide. Then you take the tangent of that. Oh, sorry. 20.7, enter. 460, divide. Then you go arc tangent, which is that one and that one. That makes 2.57 degrees. So it's, it's 2.5 degrees plus or minus half a degree, and I got plus, a little bit. 0.07. So I've got 2.2 degrees, 2.6, 2 degrees, 61, 2 degrees, 41 minutes, right? Yeah. So I've got 2 degrees, 41 minutes, which is well within the way it's supposed to be. Okay, that side's right. Let's see if I can do the other side. Yeah, so this side of the car is a problem child. It comes out, it's not even like it's, the little line goes right there, so that's only like a quarter of a degree. Let me just check. I'll measure that and see. Yeah, so the camber on this side is only half a degree in the right direction anyhow. Yay. So that, like, this side was hit, and how will I make that right? How can I change that so it's right? I'll just put it up and see what's underneath. Maybe I need to bend something underneath there. Yeah, so a bit disappointing to figure out what to do here. Now, one thing I could do is change the top of the strut back a little bit. I'll have a look up there and see what's going on with those holes up there. Yeah, so this one here is 1.5 degrees caster. Caster's 1.5 degrees. It should be 2.5 degrees. It's a degree out, and it's not gonna be any better than that, unless I do some serious modification by just pushing this whole thing back a bit here. But I don't really want to do that. I'll run it for a little while and just see what it feels like. It's not going to be a racing car. This one here is correct. So it says in the book that caster 2.5 degrees plus or minus half a degree, plus a half degree, minus quarter degree, and it should be the difference between the two should just be a half a degree. So the difference between the two is 1 degree right now, and I can't get it any more than that without some modifying stuff. But I'll drive it for a bit before I decide to do anything radical to it. Maybe I'll even take it to an alignment shop and see if they can do anything with it. They might have some tools that'll do it. Hey, okay. Yeah. So now I guess I gotta drop it down and bleed the brakes. So, and I re-torqued these bolts here. These are the, whatever you call that, the lower control arm to body at the back, torque is 30 foot-pounds. So that's what I did. Okay. Yeah, so while I had it up in the air, I figured I might as well. Where's my light? Here's my light. Put this exhaust hanger. I've got some exhaust hangers for it, so I put that one up there, and that seems to be happy. So it needs another one back here, but I don't know if I have this bracket piece. I might have to make that bracket or something. I'll see. See what I can come up with. Oh, I see. It's just got a U-bolt around the top of that thing. That's the drive shaft. Okay, drive shaft cover. Okay, now I'll get to brake. It's bleeding time again, right? I'll see what I can get going on here. Hang on. Yeah, so there now I filled up the reservoir, and now I've got this is my pressure bleeder, and it's got 10 or 15 pounds of pressure in there. And I'll put the car up high enough. Then it's over to the other side here. Do the far away one first, which is here, and in there I've got the new caps on it, right? I'll get some light here, just give me a minute. So here's the bleeder, right there. Am I looking at the right place? Oh yeah, more or less. That's a 7mm thing on that, and this thing here, which is my bleeding cup, just so I don't make a complete mess of everything, goes on here. Like that, maybe, yeah, like that. Then you want to get this up in the air so it's got a hoopy thing to go over, and then you can see bubbles in it. So I'll get my 7mm wrench right here. Well, halfway ready here. And loosen that out. There it comes. And that should be just about enough to make a difference there, hey? Then I'll go, after I do this, I'll pump it up a couple of times. There, let all the air out of that one. Then we'll go to the other side. Now, it doesn't take much to fill that up because they're all the way back, eh? They're all the way. So I'll do the other side, and then I'll show you what the answer is. There, so I bled them, and then I did it again. I bled them, I pumped it up, then I bled them again, then I pumped it up. Feels good, the brake pedal. I've got this left at pressure. I'm gonna put the car up and just see if it's leaking anywhere, and then we'll carry on. Yeah, so here's some low-hanging fruit to finish the day off. I took the light bulb out of here, and here's the old light bulb right here. Not much to it, a 1979 bulb. And I got a set of these things, which are, kind of nice. They fit right in. They fit right into the Volkswagen van, so I presume that they'll fit right into this. We'll just find out. There's one side in. I'll get the other side in, and we'll go from there. Yeah, they're there. This one here I have the cowling for. I have to, like, somebody painted it, hey? Oh, Jesus. And then this one here I need to get a cowling for it. I don't know how or where or why, but we'll figure that out. Now, when you want to put these lights up, you just pull out this relay. I think I mentioned this somewhere before. And then that becomes like you take off this little cover here, and then you can wind them up by hand. But when you're done with that, you just put the relay back in, and they'll go back by themselves. There, see? There, they're back to where they want to be in the off position. Now let's see what happens if I turn them on. Let's see if we have headlights, which might be kind of cool around here. Okay. Now, to get headlights on, you need the key on. And press the button, and there you go. That's headlights, isn't it? How come I only have one high beam, I wonder? Huh. Must be a connection in there somewhere. Because the high beams are working the other way. Oh well. That'll be, or one low beam, whatever it is. One beam. I'll check out the wiring here. See what I can come up with. But right now, I'll just be happy that they're in there, and then I'll figure out that wiring after. Oh, climbing and crawling around and everything. That should be high beam there. And that should be low beam, so they're upside down backwards or something. Oh yeah, that's high. That's low. That's high. Anyway, I'll just sort it out. Way they go down. Okay. Anyway, that's enough for today. I'll chase down that, nothing like wiring problems. Here it is here. They all are right here. Whoops, here it is here. Sorry. I bet you it's right there somewhere because that looks pretty shady to me. Or right here. One of these ones. We'll sort it out. Back at it again here today at the 924. Now, yesterday I left off with these wires, wondering what will happen there. I'll figure that out today. I've got the rebuild kit for the WUR warm-up regulator, and I'll do that today, hopefully. Then the next thing is spark plugs. I got new spark plugs for it, proper spark plugs, so I'll put a set of them in. Then I want to just check and see if I've been getting fluid down into the motor with all the pump on, pump off stuff. Anyway, then for on the wheel alignment stuff, I ordered a new set of lower control arms, ball joints, and it comes with the new bushings and everything again. So I'll get them, and I won't do anything about the alignment until such time as I get them in there, and then we'll just see how it works out then. So that'll be, about 8 days before that shows up. So that'll be something in the future. We'll just see how it goes here. Now, so that's the plan for today. First thing I'll do is figure out what's going on with this headlight that's not working. I think might be a fuse. I'll check that. Check the fuse first, right? Find out which one it is. Yeah, so here you are, left headlight. This is the high beam side, white with, white going in there, right? Then at that connection there, it becomes white with a black stripe and goes into the fuse box at A18, and it's into fuse number 3, and then it goes into the headlight relay. So the headlight relay is working because this one here comes alive, right? And that's just white coming out of there. So white with black into fuse number 3, and it's A18. I'll see if I can chase that down. Here it is on the small diagram. I don't know. Yeah. Can you see this? Yeah. Left. White with black. Fuse number 3. A18. Same. This is the 1980 wiring diagram. This one here is a 1979, including all 1980 standard models. So I guess that's 1980-ish too. Okay, I'll see what I can find in there. I have taken off, like I've just got the key off, so the headlights are off. And then I took the steering wheel off so I can climb underneath there again. Boy, oh boy, it's hard getting underneath there because there's not much room. Okay, I'll get to it and let you know. Okay, so here's what I know so far. I've got these wires here all check. I put a continuity tester on here and then checked connection number A18 in there, and indeed it makes continuity. But I'm just going to double check it with, put power to it and see if the headlight comes on, and then I'll be a happy guy about that. Then it's a matter of figuring out how come there's no power going to number A18, right? Whoops, there. Now I ran a jumper wire from a known hot connection to connection number A18, and indeed that lights up the light. So the wiring is good up to there, right? Okay, let's see if I can figure it out. Yeah, okay, so there now, see this? Like that. Well, the low beam I've got unhooked, but high beam comes on. Now, what I did is I jumped a wire from, I think I just blew a fuse there. Yeah, I did, right there, because that touched you, dummy Lauren. Okay. Anyway, that's all right. Yeah, it doesn't come on anymore. Anyway, so I blew the fuse on number 3, I think. But now, so I've jumped across number from A18 on the connector to A18 inside the box, and that works. So it's just a bad connection right there at A18. I'll see if I can clean that up and make it work right. I don't know what to do for sure, but I'll do something. Yeah, boy, that was a journey too. So there's low beam, there's high beam, low beam, high beam. All the headlights work. Yay. So that was a connection nightmare. High beam, right. Low beam, right? Okay. So there. Now, what did I do? Underneath there, in the back of the, on the back of the fuse box, I don't know if you can see this stuff back here. I'll show you. There's a, is that anywhere near there? Right up here somewhere. Here. See this? There's my finger. Over here, see this white one? That one there has got the connector on it that makes the high beam and low beam on the left hand side. This one over here has got the connector for the right hand side one. I don't know why they're like that, but that's how it is. Anyhow, so A18, when you take off the back of that thing, you'll find a little marker on it. It says A18, and that connector had just, you know how they stretch out over time. So what I eventually did was I just took a little screwdriver, little tiny screwdriver, like a jeweler's screwdriver, this one here, and then I sort of bent the connection in so that it would be a better contact, and that's got it working now. So yay, that works. Now I should do the same thing for this connector here. I don't know how I can get into that. I'll just, maybe while I'm in here still, I'll take a look. Okay. Turn off all that electricity. There. Oh yeah, and turn off the camera too, eh? Yeah, so one of those days when you fix one thing and another thing breaks, right? So underneath there, in the fuse box area, there was a connector, and it was causing me a great amount of grief. So I fixed up the headlights so they worked, but then the horn wouldn't work. And it was sort of 3 connections there that were inside the fuse box, so I just took them all out of it and bypass them up to the horn relay. So that should work now. First test right now, right? Horn works. And then headlights. Excuse me, there's low beams. There's high beam. Oh, that's low beams. That's high beams. Low beams, high beams. And the little light in here works. Yay. So, excuse me. And they go up and down. So that's all working now. Now, how long will it last? We don't know. But that's all for today. I spent all day chasing that stuff down, so hopefully it's okay now. Yeah, so that's how do you spend your Saturday, Lauren? Underneath the dash of a Porsche 924. Oh, that was fun. Hey. Yep. Anyway, the lights are all working now, and now I've made some decisions. I think I mentioned this, but I've ordered up lower control arms for the front suspension, and then I've got the dashboard put together. I don't know if I showed you that. Yeah, I put the steering wheel back on and everything's in together there. So now I'm going to do a little bit of fixing on that, on this thing here that goes around that, but that'll be later. So I think I'll call this video here, because the next thing along, whoa, where am I? The next thing along is going to be the warm-up regulator. I'll rebuild that, and that'll be sort of a video by itself, I think, by the time I get everything running. And then I'll do the timing and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully it runs. Hey, so, well, we did all right. We got things kind of put together here. I'm not sure what I did. Did I do the brakes? Yeah, I did brakes. Yeah, well, we'll just see on the, and then so hope you enjoyed it all, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Yeah, so I didn't get any footage of the beach today, but here's a normal evening in my house. The cat sort of puts up with him, and eventually the cat will make him squeal. But there you go. Anyhow, all for now. See ya. Yeah, then they eventually calmed down. They were lying there talking to each other a little bit ago, but it seems to be that it's still time to be fighting with each other. Anyway, see you later.